at the end of the lesson, for example, if it's been mainly using text, watching video, having a discussion with your group mates about the topic, and I may ask at the end for a group to get together and be able to write a short paragraph summary of the topic, because it depends on the strength of their writing skills a lot, because having to put something down on paper, having to put it into words, they really do need to be clear about their understanding of the subject. And if they're not, they're going to struggle to make it concrete in that way. Before doing that, I may ask for a 1 or 2 minute oral summary from the groups after they've had a chance to chat about it themselves, and then follow that with a written summary which they could also do together as a group. They could then exchange them and see if they agree, what they may have forgotten that was significant in the lesson.
At the end of the lesson, it's always good to do a few activities to wrap up. And that once again depends on the content and the language level. It's a question of finding the balance between routines and novelty. Some of the activities that I use for wrap-up are activities that I do on a regular basis, but from time to time I like to introduce something new so that everybody's on the alert and trying to think of new ideas. Graphic organizers, visuals, and linguistic summaries are always very useful.
I agree that it's important to bring it together at the end of activity, end of a lesson, but also at the end of a topic, before you move on to a completely new subject topic. And I'd like learners to reflect not just on what they think they've achieved, but specifically what they've achieved in subject learning, and what they think, how their English has improved to communicate the subject, so that they're also feeling good about how much their English has developed through learning a subject.
A final step may be to ask them to try to think of some application of the topic, of what they've learned, to their own lives, to the real world, or evidence of it in their community. So taking the learning out of the classroom, seeing how it can relate to them in the school, in the community, in the larger society. If they can make some connections there, then it makes the learning still deeper, I find, if they can. Not always possible.
One thing I didn't mention before, I think the use of video clips is so important, and to find video clips for subject concepts to consolidate learning is quite hard. So often you'll find a brilliant one, but it's done for native speakers, so I turn the sound down, do my own commentary. But it gives learners a chance to ask questions, and that you can then explain again or summarize, and that's a nice way to finish a topic.
It gives them a different stimulus, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah.
You could even ask them to do the description themselves.
Create the video.